Hi guys, good morning. So today I'll tell you about S3 in AWS. So basically in AWS we can use S3 as website also, or we can store our contents inside that S3. So we have different tiers in S3. So maybe we'll go through all those things in details. So I already logged in as a user to AWS console. I'm just opening that management studio of this S3. So here, like if you will just click on that, you will be able to see all the buckets present in that S3. Then once we create that bucket, or maybe I'll just show you like how we can create a bucket. So basically you are seeing this service as a global, but this Amazon S3 service is not exactly a global service. That bucket which you will be creating will be on some particular reason, like how you are seeing here AWS reason we need to give it while creating a bucket. So now like normally we need to give that bucket type, so I'm just giving general purpose. Then I'm just giving this is for demo. So that bucket name should be unique across that AWS. So it means like that name, whatever you are giving, it shouldn't be used by some other person. So once this is created, so here like you can give all the things, all the details you need to give, whether you want to enable ACLs or not. Then that public access, whether you want to give or not. Block all. Currently by default it will be block all public access. So maybe this I will explain you in more details. Then bucket versioning, this also used like when we are pushing multiple files with same name, so it can create some versions in S3. Then tags we need to give. Then that encryption type, like what kind of encryption you want to do, like whether you want to use server side in encryption with the help of AWS S3 managed key or SSC KMS managed key or self managed key. So it totally depends like on what kind of encryption you are needing in your project. So based on that you can select that. And then that advanced setting also, like you can just select all these things based on your need, and then you can click on that create bucket. So now you can see like this is for demo bucket has been created, and you can see like this is not having that public access. So what do you mean by that public access means? Let's say you are uploading some file here in this so let's say like you are just uploading some files here in this bucket, right? So I just said like just upload this any of the screenshot or anything you can upload it. So I just updated this one. So if you will see like this has been uploaded to my S3 bucket, and you will be getting one URL. So this is that URL of this particular object which I have uploaded in this S3 bucket. So now if you want to access this means you can just click on this open. So what it will do is like as this bucket is private, so like I just opened that one snap, I updated one snap in that S3 bucket. You can see like this is that URL, this is for demo.s3.us east 1 Amazon aws.com. Then capture.png is the name of that PNG file which I have uploaded in this S3 bucket. And then here if you will see, you will be seeing some token. So this is that authentication token which AWS has updated, because what happened is like it will verify like whether you are that authenticated user to access this particular PNG file, because this is not a public bucket, this is that private bucket. So directly if you will just copy this URL of this one and directly try to access means you will be getting that access denied. See, you will get that access denied. But once you will access with this open, right, so it will automatically attach that token of your ID which you logged in, and it will attach it with that URL, and you will be able to access it like how here you are able to access, right? So now now you can see we have updated all these details here. Now that second thing is let's say that permission related thing you can give it here, what all permission related thing you will be able to see, like what is that URL, that object owner, and that authenticated user, what all users can access this. Then versioning things here you can see, but you can see like this bucket doesn't have bucket versioning enabled, means if you will delete something from this bucket, means it will get permanently deleted, means permanently deleted means it will be if that in version is enabled, means that marker, that version marker will be delete marker will get added, and you will be able to see your object if you will enable this versioning. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to this properties, and I'm just editing this version, like enable and save, right? So now I have enabled the versioning for this bucket. So now what will happen is, let's say I'm again uploading one more with that same name. So this has been updated. I'll say show version. So you can see that first one version, like by default whatever data you will upload, that version ID will be null, and that the latest one you will be able to see that latest one's version. So this is how it will go. If version is enabled, means it will automatically upload that newer object, and that older one then that with that newer version it will upload that object. So now this is the use of that version. So normally, let's say if I am just I'll do a delete. See, now you can see I have permanently deleted that object, so that older one, like whatever we were having that capture.png, now I am seeing only that particular one. So other than that, we are having that encryption one we already seen. Then that is storage server access login, you can enable or disable based on your need. Then event notification, this one also I will explain you what will happen with this. Static. So yeah, one more thing is if you want to use this bucket as an website, then what you need to do is you need to just edit this one, that is static website hosting. You need to edit this, you need to enable this, and you need to give that static page, that what will be that index dot, like that first page, what by default, once you hit this particular URL, which page should open. So that name you need to give it here. Then that error means, if some error you want to return, means what kind of HTML you want to return it, so that name you need to give, and that same file you need to upload in your S3 bucket with that name. So that redirection URLs you can give it in this JSON file based on your need, and you need to just click on the save changes. So once you will save the changes, means it will automatically update all those things, and then you need to upload all that objects here in this S3 bucket. So once those things are updated here, and then you will hit that particular URL of this bucket, means it will be you will be able to so once you will enable that in properties, and then you will enable that here in a static website. So here you will be getting one URL which you can use as part of your website URL. So now next thing is let's say now what you want is you have updated some file and you want to give permissions to someone else for some particular period of time. Let's say like currently like what you are doing is you are just clicking on this open one and it is attaching that token with that, and then only you are able to access. If you will directly give this URL means it will not work. But let's say like if you are having some requirement to give this file to someone for some particular amount of time, so at that time what you can do is you can just click on this object action, and then you can just click on this share with the pre-signed URL. So what will happen is like that yeah, here you can give that number of minutes, for how many minutes or that hours you can mention all those details. Let's say I'm just mentioning like for 2 hours I want to give this file access to someone else and I want to create that particular URL. So now this URL has been created. Now if you will give anyone this URL and they will hit that particular URL means they will be able to access this PNG file for 2 hours. After 2 hours it will again get expired and they will not be able to see this PNG file again. If they will try to hit this URL means they will be getting that access denied error, like how we are getting here in this page. So this is what will happen like whenever we are giving that particular pre-signed URL for that particular amount of time. So it depends like for how long we want to give that particular thing. Then that next thing is in management studio. This is for like replication rules. We if we want to create that we can create, or if we want to have that life cycle rules. This life cycle rules are nothing but like if we have our data and we want to move that particular data to the different version of S3. Like I want to create one life cycle. So life cycle name I can give like demo. Then that scope I can just give, or I can just currently giving to all the objects in the bucket. And life cycle rule action, what I'm going to do is like move current version there. I'm just giving like move current version of object between these things, move current version of object between storage account. So now standard to stand like currently it is general one. So if I want to move it to standard IA, then how many days I want to move it. So let's say I am giving some 30 days. Then one more transaction I am adding, and then I want to give like this intelligent tiering in how many days I want to move it. So let's say I'm giving like after first 30 days it should move it to standard IA, then in another like once 60 days is completed then it should go in that intelligent tiering, and once 90 days are completed then I want to move it to one zone IA, and if that 150 days are completed, then it should move it to glacier flexible retrieval. And then if 180 days are completed, then it should move it to glacier deep archive. So in this way, like this life cycle we can create. So what will happen is like currently like whatever general purpose one we are using, that is of higher cost. So that storage account cost is little bit high for that. So like if you want to just manage your cost based on your need, like you are having need like I want our data to be in that standard IA, that is little bit lower cost, right? So I want to move it after 30 days. So it's totally based on us like what kind of rule we want to create. So for here I have given like 30 days. So what will happen after 30 days, it will move it to standard IA. Then I am saying if it is like 60 days old data, I want to move it to intelligent tiering. That is like little bit or more lower cost. Then after 90 days, I am moving it to one zone IA. Then 150 days, I am moving to glacier flexible retrieval. Then 180 days, I am moving it to glacier deep archive. So this is how I can create that rule. And once this rule is created, I can say like I acknowledge. And here you can see like what I am doing. So current version from day 0 it will be that object is uploaded, then after 30 days it will move it to standard IA, then after 60 days it will move to intelligent tiering, then after 19 days it will move it to one zone IA, then after 150 days it will move it to glacier flexible retrieval, and after 180 days it will move it to object to move to glacier deep archive. Then I can just click on create rule. Okay, I can give it 250. So they are having some policies. Okay, I acknowledged and create rule. Yeah, so you can see like that rule has been created and the status is enabled. So now we don't need to do anything with our bucket and that storage. So we have already decided like how I am going to manage my cost. Like for first 30 days it will be in that general one, then next day it will be in a standard. Then based on that data getting old, it will be moving it to some lower cost tier of this S3, and finally it will move it to deep archive, and there it will move it after 250 days. So this is how I have created a life cycle of my S3 bucket. So now like that life cycle you got to know. Then replication rules means like let's say if you want to have your data to be replicated in multiple buckets, right? So you can create one replication like let's say I what I want is uh, let's say here also I am giving name as demo, then status enable priority, then choose the rule scope, or I can give that all to apply to all objects in that bucket. And then here in destination what I need to give is like where I want to replicate my object. So let's say I am saying like I'm just want to replicate in this Aman demo test YUP, and then choose path I can give, and here that rule IAM rule we need to choose, or if we want that rule to be manually written here, then that we can do it. So maybe like let's say I'm just giving that as 3 1. Yeah, that I have already created. So what you need to give is like you need to create one role so that that particular bucket is able to replicate that into that new bucket, and then encryption based on your need you can select. I'm just keeping as it is. That additional replication option, we are having multiple things like if you want to copy that delete marker object as well, or like how we want, right? It's totally depend on our requirement. This is that basic thing I am just creating, but you can go through all these things like if you want that AWS KMS managed key, or that uh, you want to change anything about that replication option, so you can select these things. I'm just keeping by default and I'm just saving this. So once so it is asking me like that existing one also I am going to replicate, or I don't want. So for now what I'll say is like I don't want, right? So now this replication rule also I have created. That source one is that currently we are in, and the destination one is that Aman stand Aman demo something I have created. So there it will copy that our. So now like if I'll just upload new objects in this is for demo bucket, means it will automatically replicate those things in this Aman demo test YUP. Then next thing is like let's say okay, maybe I'll just show you this as well. I just uploaded one .tf file in my current bucket. And you can see like it got also replicated in this Aman demo test YUP. I just keep on refreshing this one so that we will be able to see, and you can see that time also. It is replicated here as well. So this is how it works. So now we are clear with most of the things with this S3 bucket. Now one more thing I want you to know is like now let's say like you want something like yeah, this access one. So if you want to give access publicly, make this bucket a publicly accessible, then you need to just uncheck this block all public one, save the changes and confirm it. And once I am not gonna do that, but this is how you are going to do that. So once this is that public access is enabled, then here in policy you can give like whatever policy you want to attach here in this bucket. So if you want to allow some other things to be to allow read from this bucket, means you need to define that policy here in this page. So that is how it will go in this S3 bucket. So this normally this course we normally use when we are using S3 bucket as an website. So if it is getting used as a website, means normally in course what will happen is like that HTTP and HTTPS will not by default will not able to communicate with each other. But if we want to we want that communication to be enabled from that HTTP website to access some data from non-HTTP website, like which is not secure, then that time you need to define that course policy here in this page. So this is normally for that website when we are making this S3 bucket as a website. Yeah, so that's all from my side for today. So maybe I'll just, if you have anything else in this S3 bucket and you want any additional details, then you can comment me in this video. I'll try to get more details on that, because I'm not sure like what all these are that basic things which I have covered in this video. But if you need in more details, means I can cover in more details, and then I can create one new video for you. So thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe my channel.